Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Divine Truth Tarot. We're going to do a quick check-in today with the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. If you're new to the channel, please have a look around. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, and participate. We have an amazing, growing, beautiful, supportive community. We'd love to have you. I post videos every day or every other day. And make sure you tap the bell icon to receive all notifications for when I do post a new video and when I do go live. If you'd like to have a personal reading, I offer a few different types of readings. You can reach out to me at the email below. In addition, I offer distant Reiki healing. I'm a Reiki 2 certified healer, and I also offer true purpose coaching. So I have a couple different options for you guys. So let's get started. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section below. Last night was a doozy of an evening. I don't know if anyone else was feeling that, but there's some past life purging that's been going on. So dream state has been very active, as I've been mentioning in several videos. But in addition to that, you may just be experiencing very intense feelings. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride. So you'll feel, like I was feeling numb the previous 2 days. And then last night it just hit. It was a wave of anger towards my counterpart, just waves of anger. And, telling them off in the 5D. I would never do that in the 3D. But in the 5D, lots of anger, lots of emotions. And I've heard it said that if you are feeling anger, that they're actually feeling love. So it's like the opposite, which is kind of frustrating. Because, this is when you're both not quite aligned. And so clearly I was out of balance. So what I recommend, if you guys are feeling those emotions of like the roller coaster of happy, sad, numb, angry, happy, sad, numb, angry, is to move your body. So I recommend ecstatic dance. I recommend dancing, period, yoga, gentle movement, meditation, even if it's just walking meditation, meditate in the shower, saltwater baths, if you can get into the ocean, if that's legal where you are. Anything to ground and earth yourself, feet in the ground, feet on the grass. And really just supporting yourself in any way possible. It's been very ungrounding the past 24 hours for myself. I went from this numb feeling to just feeling like I was just pissed. So this morning I got up, I did a little workout. I don't recommend high intensity. I recommend more moderate intensity or low intensity at this time because our bodies are still upgrading and you may experience ascension flu if you're going too hardcore, okay? So let's pick a card from the Louise Hay, How to Love Yourself. This has become my signature. You guys know that I always pull a card for you. I know and affirm that my body is a friendly place to live. I have respect for my body and I treat it well. I affirm positive things about my body and tell it I love it often. So I feel like this is for those of you who might be going through some body hatred or body kind of dysmorphia, where you may not be seeing yourself clearly. And this is just a reminder to love and respect the skin that you're in and understand that our bodies are changing as we are upgrading and as our DNA is crystallizing, as we are becoming light bodies. You have to, a lot of people gain weight during the ascension process, myself included. It can be very disconcerting. It can be very frustrating. And this is just here to tell you, really respect your body and positive affirmations to your body. Make sure that you're loving your body on a daily basis and fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it in that regard. Fake it till you make it, guys. Be nice to yourselves, be kind. Speak to yourself as you would speak to a friend. Clear? We are going to pull a divine feminine card for the feminines today, because I feel like, this is going to be a reading for the divine feminines, by the way. I didn't mention that, but I'll title it as such. I don't want to spend too much time focusing on the masculines all the time because it really takes our energy and our attention away from our growth, our mission, our process, and our healing. And it's really important that we start to focus on ourselves, what we need, what our body needs, what our mind needs, how we can nourish ourselves back to wholeness. That's really the whole point of this journey, is getting to a place where you feel confident and comfortable and happy in your own skin as a sovereign being, okay? So feminines, it's really go time. We are being asked to we are really being asked to step up. And by step up, I mean step out of this energy of constantly needing to know what my counterpart's doing. What is he or she doing? You know, like, what are they thinking? And what does this mean? And what does that mean? And we're really being asked to get to a place of moderation and balance. So it's okay if you check in, it's okay if you listen to readings, it's okay if you get personal readings, but just everything in moderation. So don't get a reading a week. I wouldn't suggest that unless you're asking different questions in different aspects of your life. But even then, you know, take a break and make sure that you're checking in with yourself, because you are the creator and curator of your life. You are the artist. You have a blank canvas right now, as we all have in 2020, to create the life that you desire. So I really encourage you guys to seek out your own knowledge, your own opinion, and your own decision-making process. That's really important. I'm getting clear signs that there are people watching this video that need to hear that we don't have to inquire all the time. We can go within. So when you feel like, let's say the next time you feel like you need to ask, you know, somebody or look at a reading or listen to a reading, go within instead and sit with yourself and see how that feels, because we're learning how to be with ourselves right now. Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Now, Lilith has gotten a bad rep, so to speak. I'm gonna just check the book for this. She's gotten a bad rep in terms of being like an evil goddess. She's the primordial woman. She's the first woman. And, you know, this again is speaking of, I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. This is all about sovereignty. And this also is affirming the first message we got about respecting and loving your body. I am the voice of my body and soul. You know, the body contains the soul. She embodies our sovereignty, and that's exactly what I was just speaking of. So I love when we receive validation like this. Thank you, thank you. She embodies sovereignty, and she's like, I am my own first before I am anyone else's. So declare your desires and really and truly, this is about not being subservient to other people, not being subservient to a partner, to a job, to work, to a family member, to a friendship, but really being your own woman and really standing strong and sovereign. And as I said that, I started to actually sit taller. So one beautiful exercise that I like when I'm working with clients is I like to ask them to take up space. So when you're in a public place, when we're allowed to go out in the public again, I want you just to sit back and I want you to just do this in your chair, you know, at a Starbucks, at a coffee shop, just open up and get used to what that feels like, to take up space. Just kind of look around, make eye contact. You know, this is how we demonstrate, one of the ways in which we can demonstrate confidence in that we are a sovereign being. And it's one of my favorite exercises because clients often laugh when I ask them to do this. And I'll ask them to do it actually while I'm working with them. And then I'll ask them to, of course, do it in baby steps, you know, in public places, at work, so that they learn to take up space, that they learn that they are entitled to take up space and that they're worthy of taking up space. Lilith is the embodiment of the emotional and spiritual aspects of the unconscious. So this is in terms of unrealized desires, sensuality, and sexuality. And she's an icon, you know, for women. She represents freedom, and she represents the freedom of being your own person, your own woman, and not being controlled by anybody or anything. So I feel like feminines, you're really stepping into this place of personal power and freedom, more so than just personal power. It's the freedom to express yourself. It's the freedom to speak, the freedom to act, and feeling like, because a lot of feminines right now are feeling like very disconnected from, and very detached and even numb as I was feeling from your counterpart. There's a reason for that. This is happening in order to allow you to blossom, expand, and evolve into this powerful goddess and this powerful empress who's so fertile that anything she touches turns to gold. You know, Lilith is one of, she represents all women, all colors, all cultures, all religions, all skin colors. And she represents every woman. She's the every woman goddess. And she's telling us here and now, she's giving us permission to be our own woman. So I would like to pull a card for, because 2020 is the year of the distorted masculine moving into the sacred masculine, whereas last year was the distorted feminine moving into the sacred feminine. So the masculines are going to also, with that, they're going to balance out their feminine energies. So I would like to pick a card for the masculines. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So to me, this is really speaking of the masculines learning to give birth to their true heart and their true desires, and realizing that this is a divine connection ordained by the heavens and ordained by the cosmos, and releasing those feelings of guilt. Really, the courage to me in this card also speaks of the courage to, I just heard jump ship, the courage to create new pathways in their life, the courage to leave things that no longer serve them, the courage to be the protector of this connection, and knowing that they are blessed by having met in the flesh their divine feminine, their counterpart, and really taking that to heart. So instead of just kind of, you know, in the past, maybe they've tried to wish it away or will it away or pretend like it didn't exist, they're now accepting of this connection, and they're realizing how blessed they are, how blessed you are, and how blessed they are to have you in their life, how blessed they are to have your love and guidance and divine light shining for them. And they're realizing that they embody the courage that you do. They're starting to realize that you are one and the same. So they're starting to gain the courage to make those changes. That's really beautiful. So let's get a card, one last card for the connection. Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. This is so beautiful. So here we have the sacred mirror, and we know, confirmation and validation for anyone who's been in any sort of denial, any sort of fear of the connection, which I will admit I myself have been in the past few days. That's why I've been sort of quiet, because I didn't feel balanced enough to do a video yesterday. But this card is reflecting to you. This card is a reflection of your own divine light, and it's saying that, for the journey and for the connections, that your counterpart is your divine mirror. This is confirmation. They are your divine mirror, and we're all sacred mirrors, and we're all reflecting back hope and love and joy and abundance and light if we choose to see that. So it's really a matter of, what do you choose to see in your counterpart? Thank you, Spirit. So what do you choose to see in your counterpart? Do you choose to see struggle and fear and envy and deception and hurt and pain? Are you holding on or clinging on to the past? Or are you choosing to see the light in them? Because remember, they are you and you are them. They're a reflection of you. So if you're feeling angry at them, if you're feeling hatred, if you're feeling a struggle or fear, this is a reflection back to you of how you actually feel about yourself. And that's where the growth is. That's where the lessons are. That's where the truth lies, is being able to look at that and say, okay, this person is a divine reflection of myself. So how am I not nurturing myself? How am I not giving love to myself? How am I feeling angry with my own choices and decisions? What do I need to work on? What do I need to see and bring to light in this situation and connection? I really love that. I really love that. Going to deal with those later. So beautiful. We're going to move on to the wisdom of the oracle deck. Clear. I haven't pulled out this deck in a while. I actually haven't felt very connected to it. So I started to feel connected to it again just today, and I was really guided to pull it out for you guys for this particular reading for my divine feminines. I just really want you guys to feel empowered and enlightened and really connected to your own source of light. So on the bottom, which can often indicate any hidden energies that are currently present, we have higher power. So divine feminine, this is really asking you to surrender to the higher power that's guiding you, the higher force, because as you can see in her third eye, there's actually a key. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there's a key there, and that is the key to all of your questions. That is the key to, especially pertaining to this journey and this connection. This is really about opening up your intuition, because as you open up and balance out the third eye chakra, you connect more deeply to your higher power, to your higher self, to your guides, to your ancestors, to the journey, okay? The journey within. So this is about the key lies within. And when you can unlock this key, right, to your intuition and to your inner knowing, you will start to feel a sense of relief, because you will also start to surrender to the divine, to the divine forces that are at play in this connection. And you will stop worrying, you will stop wondering when or why or how. The how is a big one. How is it going to work? How is it going to come together? It's so easy to see how it couldn't work. So remember, it's really, really imperative that we focus on how it can work. And you are being guided by this higher power. So even in those times where you feel angry, or you curse your counterpart out in the 5D, guilty, or you just feel like you're burdened by this connection, like you just want off, like you're on a hamster wheel or a merry-go-round, and you just want off. I've said that myself often. I just want off this journey. This is reminding you that there's a higher power guiding you that you can tap into, that you have the key to at any time. Meditation would really behoove you at this time, especially since we have a new moon today in the sign of Taurus. So we've moved into Taurus season, which is an earth sign, and is going to carry this grounding energy, which we desperately need on the planet right now. So grounding, it's going to be a little easier to stay at home right now if we're forced to stay at home for the duration or remainder of Taurus season. It's going to be a little easier as you learn to just kind of like sit with yourself and in your own skin. Release the fear, feminine. Release the fear of speaking your truth. So this is asking that you really tap into your imagination and creation. Now, I've been saying this a lot. I've been seeing this as a theme both in my personal readings, every personal reading that I've done in the past 2 weeks for clients, but also I've been seeing this in the collective readings that I'm doing for my channel. This is really asking you to imagine and have faith in the unexpected, in what you can't see. So imagine and create. And what better time to do that than during a new moon, the cycle of a new moon. So write down your new moon intentions tonight and go outside if you can and bathe under the energy of the new moon. Set your crystals outside to bathe. And I call it moon bathing, just sitting outside, or I'll lay down, on my driveway and just really take in the energy of the stars in the night sky, and your star origins and your ancestors and all of that complexity that lies in the great beyond. This is really saying to me that anything is possible. And I think divine feminines really needed to hear this, because we've been going through some real doubts and fears and uncertainties. Breathe and release. Meditation. This is really asking you to meditate and go within. Take time out. And I don't mean just, okay, I'm conscious of my breath, move on with my day. This is really conscious breathing, really stopping and sitting down with yourself wherever you are, and just right, pressing belly button to spine on that exhale. And it's 144 as I just looked at my clock. So the original 144,000, I feel like I have a lot of you following me. And that's just power. That's, again, validation and confirmation that we so desperately need right now, because we are really really purging a lot of past life fears and past life memories of losing our counterpart, of not being united in the flesh, and being, them being stripped or taken away from us, or us being taken away from them, or not being able to be together. Because remember, as I've said, if you've met them in this incarnation, then there is a definitive possibility of being with them if you do the work. So breathe, divine feminine, balance, recenter, and restore your vitality. That's necessary right now. And remember, you're the shining light, you're the beacon. So as you rest and restore yourself, your counterpart gets permission to do the same thing. But if you're frenzied, and if you're in this kind of like up and down energy, and you're not balancing, and you're like, I don't know what I feel, and you can't sit with yourself, then you're giving off that frenzied energy to the connection, and your counterpart will feel that. Know what's not for you. So let go of what's not for you during this new moon cycle. You have 6 months to release it, so set the intention. I like to set the intention on the new moon of what I'd like to invite in, and then on the full moons of what I'd like to release. But just know that in this cycle, there are going to be certain people's, places, and situations which no longer align with you or your energy, because you've changed so much just in this year alone, and just since we've been in isolation. You just have to really not cling on to those things that are no longer aligned with your energy, because they will hold you back, make you ill, create dis-ease in the body and the mind and the emotional body, and it will stunt your growth and create a barrier or obstacle in fear. I'm getting fear energy. So it will also create fear. So, or they're telling me you're feeling fear of letting something go. So even in terms of your connection, of letting go of the old cycle, of letting, if you were just in a cycle going round and round, same cycle, same results, nothing's changing. Don't be scared to let go. Don't be scared to say goodbye, because you will create a new beginning. That's really an important message. So what other advice do we have for divine feminines on this new moon in Taurus? Power, message of empowerment, message of releasing fear. There's a lot of fear. TikTok, release the fear of timing. Release the fear of timing, of when it's going to happen. Feminines, release. It's not meant for us to know. That's why I won't give timing in my readings, in my personal readings. I might say, it looks like wintertime or springtime, or I might give some sort of like a general idea, but I will never say it's going to be in 3 months or it's going to happen in 3 weeks. I might say, it might, it might happen. And it's funny because actually they're pointing me to the 30s. So I'm am seeing a change in 3 months from now for the collective. And I'm not going to be specific, but I'm going to say that I feel like there's going to be major shifts come summertime. So April to May, May to June. So in July, like mid-July, we should see a major shift, both collectively and just on the planet in general, and with what's going on with the energies, but also individually, in your individual connection. But you have to release the fear, and you have to understand that you never had control of it anyway. So release the fear and give it up. You will feel so much lighter, so much better, so much clearer, and you will have more energy to focus on yourself and your projects, which is exactly what we are supposed to be doing right now. So do we have any other messages? Okay. So yeah, they're saying that come July, there's going to be an exchange of gifts. And this doesn't have to mean physical gifts, although it can. Some of you might have birthdays in July, or your counterpart does. I feel like this is going to be exchanging the gifts of emotional maturity and verbalizing how you feel about one another. Gosh, there's so much fear. Guys, you have to let go of the time. The timing element has to be released. Has to be released, because it's actually pushing your counterpart away. It's creating a block and a wedge. It's creating an obstacle course that they have to go through. It's really pushing them away. So release the timing. Do a meditation on releasing timing if you need to, or if you're interested in that, let me know if you guys would like that, and I can create and produce a timing meditation, and I can post it as a video. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. But releasing the time, and knowing that there's going to be a time coming in the future where you will exchange gifts with your counterpart, even just kind words and words of love and words of a real deep and true intimacy and real truth coming out. I just see real truth coming to the surface. And then lastly, we have new life. So there's a new life that awaits you, Divine Feminine, for you to spread your wings, but you have to see it in yourself first. You have to, it's not like, what is it saying? See it to believe it to see it. So you don't see it to believe it. You believe it first. You create that intention. You set that as a manifestation, and then you see it. So understand that there's so many changes going on behind the scenes right now that you can't even see, that the seeds are being planted. And I also see this as being like a time, it's gonna come after rest and restoration and relaxation, a little R&R. And then you're just gonna see this new life start to just take roots. So I wanna do one more card. Actually, we're gonna just clear. We're gonna do one more card from the Starseed Oracle because I'm in love with this stuff. I'm in love with it. I've been using this for my true purpose readings for my clients. It's amazing. It's amazing for figuring out your purpose, your star origins, and your karmic lessons at this time. Okay, so we're saying one more shuffle, and then we're just going to choose one card. I promise. Okay, they want me to do this. Got it. All right. They're like, don't shuffle anymore. They want me to spread out these beautiful cards and choose one card. Can we have one card, please, for the Divine Feminines? What do the Divine Feminines as a collective need to know for their highest will and good? Thank you. We are the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. We are birthing the new portal as we speak. We're giving birth through this new portal. And this is about deep love, motherly devotion is what I'm hearing. The devotion to the journey. It's going to be reignited. Just this deep love for self, deep love for the journey, deep love for what it is that we're going through at this time. All of these challenges that we're going through. And I just see like portal after portal after portal. So also today is the energy, carries the energy of 444. I believe it's today, yes. And also we have the new moon. So today is a couple portals, so several portals in one. And this is just saying that as you go through these portals, your ancestors are protecting you. So an affirmation that we can use for today, for this full moon: I allow the deep love of the Cosmic Mother to wash over me. I'm loved, I'm held. And this is a card of reassurance that if you're struggling in any way, that things are going to work out. Make sure that you're opening up your heart to receive the divine blessings and guidance and light and love of the Divine Mother. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the Cosmic Mother and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the Mother's arms. This is really all about, giving birth, potency, and giving birth to creation, and knowing that you're being held the entire time, knowing that you're being supported and held and loved and respected. So feminines, take it easy, nourish your energy, know that you're being held in a womb of deep, deep love, and you're always being supported. You're never alone. Beautiful blessings, beautiful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.